Good morning, and it's actually morning. Today is Tuesday, and I actually got up at a reasonable time today. My alarm went off at 8. I didn't actually like give in until 9 o'clock when I was like, okay, I'm getting up. Why is my what is wrong with my camera? It's making me so mad. It never focuses on me. It's making me so mad. Is it because it can see a face? I don't know. No, it's not. Now it's working. But yeah, so I got up at a reasonable time, made breakfast. Probably been a little bit too dawdly today, but I massively need to get my uni work done before I go to my first tutorial today, of which I am very nervous, and I just felt a little bit sick when I thought about it, but it's fine. Okay, so I've just finished chapter 1, Cleopatra, which I'm really happy about. I haven't started my assignment for it, but considering I was on like page 6 yesterday and I had to get up to 28 to 29 to chapter 2, I'm really happy with that. And I didn't half-arse it either. Like, these are all the notes I've written down while doing the assessments and the tasks and highlighting where I've gone wrong, or you know. So I'm quite proud of that. I've probably done too much, if anything, but you know, I don't think you can do too much work. Now I need to do my assignment. Now I need to start chapter 2 of Faustus, and there's a lot of other stuff I need to do today. I need to do a lot of Patreon work today, and I need to redraft another story to send to the printers. Woo! I have had a pretty flipping weird evening. I went to go to my tutorial, which I was incredibly nervous about to begin with, and I got there and I was like 3 minutes late, but I was actually okay. I was actually quite calm. I had taken a beta blocker just before I left the house, but I was quite calm, and I was like, it's fine, because for some reason in my head I was under the assumption that the taxi driver would take me to the specific building that I knew I needed to go to, and I was very nervous about finding the room in the building, but I wasn't under any disillusion that I wouldn't find the building. So I got the taxi and we're on our way, and then I couldn't find the building. The taxi driver dropped me off where the postcode said it was, and there was a bunch of different buildings. Just a bunch of buildings, no names on them or anything. And I was like, I don't know where I am. I don't know where I'm looking. So I started freaking out and I started getting really upset, but I was like, it's okay, I'll sort it out, I'll sort it out. Eventually we found, we found the campus maps. I was following that and I'd gone the wrong way the first time I was following them, and then I looked at it again, I knew where to go. Because when I was going there at night, some of the buildings were closed, so I couldn't get to it via certain ways. So I had to go the long way round. By this point, I'm half an hour late, and I know I'm not explaining the story very well because I'm tired and I don't like talking about it because I've just experienced it all. And I'm glad I didn't have my camera on me, because you would have seen me, a 30-year-old woman, crying in a university campus. The bloody youths of tomorrow probably thought I was dropping off my child and getting emotional over it. And then I found the building that I was looking for, and when I walked in there was like what looked like a drama group there doing like some weird exercises, and I know that wasn't my group, but I was like, okay, I was just half an hour of me stressing out and walking around. I was like, I'm not leaving yet. So I stood there and I looked at them and they looked at me, and then they carried on with their own stuff, and then I was like, okay. So I carried on looking around, looking for like a corridor or a doorway that I could look for. They're like, because I was like, this foyer is obviously not where I'm meant to be, because the only place here is this drama group. But there was no other place that I could see, nothing. So I was like, okay. So I just left. By that point, there was something inside me at that exact second that I just snapped and went, done, done. And I was like, I'm not looking anymore. I'm not looking. I'm half an hour late. I can't find the building. And I got so upset. I was crying, going, I've got dressed for nothing. I've actually come out all the way here. No matter how scared I was prepared to push through it. And then it just got the better of me. And I was like, I came home and I was really upset. And I put like this proper self-defeating negative post on Facebook, which I think gave the wrong impression of what I was upset over. I later commented saying that it's not like, I'm okay. I'm not a crying mess, and I'm not like overly emotional, although there's nothing wrong with being emotional. What I was upset with or over was that I'm just so tired. I'm just so tired of constantly worrying about stuff that people don't worry about, normal people don't worry about. I'm tired of feeling sick all day, for it to have no reward, to worry about walking through a door. Honestly, that's what I was saying to my anxiety, because everyone was like, oh, your tutor's going to be lovely, your tutor's going to be fine. I wasn't worried about my tutor. I knew my tutor was going to be lovely. I was worried about walking through a door. I was worried about walking through a door into the unknown, into the abyss that is this scary, scary unknown place that I do not know. And I was terrified. And yeah, I was really scared. I'm just tired. I'm tired of being scared. I'm tired of being anxious. I'm tired of being worried. I'm tired of getting upset. I'm tired of crying because I'm so tired of my anxiety. If God came down to me tomorrow and said, Lucy, you can get rid of one of your mental illnesses, your anxiety or your depression, which one is it? It'd be anxiety in a heartbeat. I'm not saying all depression is the same, but my coping mechanisms for depression is so much more manageable. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes I don't notice it. Like recently I didn't realise I was depressed and it creeps up on me, but I always do notice. And the moment I do acknowledge that I am feeling depressed, or the black dog is here, although I actually don't like that saying, but whenever I'm feeling depressed, I am very in tune with myself a lot of the time. And I have worked on my depression for literally over a decade, and I know what I need most of the time, whether it's just to be by myself. I'm about to watch 4 Weddings and a Funeral because I know watching something that will make me cry will actually do me good tonight in a healthy, medicinal way. And I can deal with that. I can deal with my down days because I know how to nurture, well, not nurture them, but I know how to nurse them, and I know how to help them. And I think that I'm pretty strong enough to overcome my depression most of the time. Not to say if you can't that you're not strong, obviously everyone's depression is different, but my anxiety, I've had my anxiety longer than I've had my depression. I had my anxiety so long ago that doctors thought I was diabetic. They didn't even recognize that what I was suffering from were panic attacks, and they just kept sending me back to the doctors year after year after year because I was getting negative results back for diabetes, and they were like, oh, just come back next year, it must be something to do with your sugar levels. And they never even once thought it was panic attacks, where I think now it would be like I'd walk in, tell my symptoms and be like, yeah, you have a panic attack. And it's just, that's insane to me that I had anxiety that long. I remember describing it to people and saying like, oh, I have this thing where, and I'd describe it, and I used to have to just tell people like I have a blood sugar problem, because this is how much mental health wasn't even discussed when I was a teenager. And this is why I know I'm not making it up. This is why I know it's such a real thing for me, because how could I make it up if I didn't even know what it is? Like, and then I found out when I was 19 that I had anxiety, and it was like a flipping weight off my shoulders. I was like, I know what it is, I know how to deal with it, this is great. No. Just because I had a name didn't mean I could tackle it any better. Well, I did, of course I did, but at least my depression goes away now and again. I just hate it. In some ways I feel like it's winning, in some ways I feel like I'm kicking its ass, in some ways I feel like it's winning, and I'm just so fed up of it. I'm so fed up of living in this tiny little room, hiding from the world because I feel like it hates me. And no matter how much I'm fed up of it, I know I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and still feel like everyone hates me, and that's not my depression, that's my anxiety. And I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna be like, everyone hates me, no one wants to be my friend, nobody likes me. And I just live in this little bubble thinking everyone hates me, which I'm pretty sure spurs on my depression. As upset as I seem, I'm actually okay. I am okay, because like I said, right now I'm not anxious, I'm really upset. I'm not depressed, I'm just upset. And I know how to look after myself when I'm upset. And I've just very naughtily comfy. I had some cheese. It was very good cheese. And now I'm gonna watch, I cracked open a good bottle of wine because I wanted to cook with it. So I'm having a really nice bottle of red. I don't drink red a lot because it gives me heartburn, I'm getting old. But I've opened a good bottle of red, and I'm gonna sit back in bed. I'm actually gonna get comfy and I'm gonna watch a film, and you know what I'm gonna do? Nothing. when I watch a film, I'm usually working, I'm making jewellery, I'm writing, I'm painting, I'm working. Actually, I might draw, but that's leisurely. Not because I have to, leisurely. And honestly, my heart flutters a little bit when I think about that. Like, I can't remember the last time I just sat down and just watched something. I've always got to be reading, I've always got to be working, and I am behind on some stuff, but right now, at 11 o'clock, half 11, I'm going to tell myself, you can stop now, Lucy. I also got up on time today, and I'm tired, and I'm kind of hoping I will fall asleep relatively early tonight. So, I've had a really bad day, but I feel really... I feel in control. I feel in control. And you know one thing I realized about this camera, me talking to you guys, like, some people say, oh, like, you're too honest. Why are you so honest to YouTube? Bluntly honest? Do you know how much this camera helps sometimes? Do you know how much you guys help? Do you know how much YouTube helps? I tried to talk to someone today about how I felt, and I know it sounds crazy, but I put a status up on Facebook. I put a status up on Facebook to be like, this is what I'm going through. But you have to, even with a status or a blog post, sometimes rambling helps a lot more than like having to write a concise status. And then, but even with a written text, it's hard to portray emotions or feelings. And a lot of people commented a lot of stuff. They were trying to help, but it wasn't helpful. And it made me realize how much I appreciate you guys, because without this source of venting, I mean, yeah, I could just talk to myself, I guess, but I feel less crazy talking to a camera, knowing it's for an audience. It's knowing that you guys are going to watch it, you are going to listen, and therefore I don't feel like I'm talking to a camera. I'm talking to the equivalent of a virtual pen pal, per se. Like, I know you are getting this. It might not be in real time, you might not be here talking to me right now, but I am talking to you and you are listening. And I love that, because by the time you're watching this, you've helped me work through my own problems, and that's really helped me. And I love that. That's why I can sit here now and start tearing up at one point, but at the end of it be like, I'm okay, because you've allowed me to talk to you for 13 minutes about nothing. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna stop. Yeah, I feel better for just talking about it. I can't remember what I said because I rambled, but I feel better for it. I'm not gonna lie, I just kept looking at my eyebrows a lot. One of them is looking pretty good. I'm gonna go and say goodnight now, because I always leave it for when I'm editing, but when I'm editing I look like crap. So thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a like because it helps out the channel. Subscribe if you like women who go to uni but then actually don't go to uni because they're emotional messes. And if you want to support me any further, you always can through Patreon, because I have no job, remember, and I have so little money. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!